Hello again, everyone, and welcome back again for another video. This is just kind of a little side video I'm going to do here as I'm piecing together the next build for my channel. I wanted to talk a little bit about Ozempic. I've looked around YouTube to see what people have said about Ozempic, using Ozempic, any results they've gotten from it, things like that. And I haven't really came up with too much. There's some people that have channels that are devoted to it, and they're usually just babbling on about other shit. But um, I wanted to share with you my experience with Ozempic because I actually started using Ozempic on April 24th of this last year. And, excuse me, put these back on there. And I just kind of wanted to share you the stats and what I kind of look like back then. Because, you know, in a lot of my videos, well, almost all my videos, you don't really see my whole body. You see my, my head, of course, like I'm talking to you now. But I don't really show you my body. And I do have a video where you can see that. And we'll get to that in a second here so we can kind of see a difference here. But on the screen right now, as you can see, what we have is the vital signs for me on the 24th when I went to see my doctor for my usual checkup. This is, a Vera medical. So this is, an actual document from an actual doctor here. It's not some made-up number that you're seeing. It showed that my weight, if you look at it right back then, was at 332 pounds is what I weighed back in April. That was, like I said, before I started the Ozempic. And here you can actually see in my HPI here where the doctors talked about how I'd be interested in, if my insurance takes it. I think that's kind of a problem with a lot of people is, God, will my insurance pay for this? Well, I am diabetic. So it's not something that I wanted to take for weight loss like Wegovy or some of these other, semaglutide products that are out there. Mainly just to get my blood sugars under control because my damn A1C was always up, And, I'd take my shots, but then, you'd always get tempted to have some, there's something that always fucking throws it off. And so, it was a bit of a struggle there, a lot of it's, my own mentality about stuff, and, I get wrapped up in doing things. And so we decided to try the Ozempic instead. And the first thing that was different about it that I just loved is that instead of me taking 3 shots every day of insulin, then plus my nightly shot of insulin, that's 4 shots a day total, it was 1 shot a week of Ozempic. And I was like, wow, cool, okay. So she started me out on 25 milligram, and I took that for 4 weeks, a month, to let my body adjust to having it in me. And I tell you what, those first, I'd say couple weeks, maybe 10 days, I felt sick all the time. It's not just my stomach, like I was wanting to puke or something. Just, you couldn't really eat because you just felt sick. You're like, oh. And, yeah, that lasted, like I said, about 10 days, I'd say. And then it started to ease up, and the Ozempic started to kind of get into there with me. And then, then I went up to the 50 milligram, whatever dosage. And right now I'm at 100, and that's where she's going to keep me at, and then ease off on it. So I'm at the 100, units right now. It's been 8 months, and I don't get the sickness anymore, not at all. For quite a while there, I didn't have much of an appetite at first, and pounds came off that way, I guess. I would suppose that's how. And then I notice now, like within the last couple months, I do have an appetite. It's not one of those compulsive type appetites. I think a lot of people will get a compulsive appetite and not really even realize that they do. It's just kind of like, I'm gonna go grab me a soda. I'm gonna go grab me a this or a that, like that. I noticed with those Ozempic, you don't really have that feeling that you want to like grab for like, oh, I'm gonna grab in my candy bag here and just start munching down and adding a lot of calories to yourself. You don't get that craving for food, which is what I love. And I never really realized I had a craving for food. I think it's just one of those things that people do unconsciously, and but anyways, getting back to what I did look like back then, like I said, there really isn't any pictures of me to show you, but I did look through my videos on my channel. I thought I think there's one. Then I remembered there was one, and we're going to go to that right here. The video I did with the glow-in-the-dark epoxy in my bathroom there. You can see me in the mirror as I'm filming, and you can see, well, there's me at up like 332 pounds right there. That's about the time there that we had that done. So I guess the only way to compare that is, well, you know what? Let's do this. I'm going to take my phone here. We'll unplug it from the charger. Let's go into the bathroom and we'll film it live right now. And and I'm actually in my sexy underwear here, so you'll see that too, because I like to thrill y'all. But we're gonna go in there and we're gonna go on and to first of all, we'll go to the scale and we'll see what I actually weigh right now, and then we'll go take a look in the mirror with my camera, and we'll have a look at it, see if there's any difference in my body. What do you guys think compared to this picture that we are seeing right here? So let me go ahead and stop this right here, cut the scene, and we'll go to my bathroom. All right, so here we are in my bathroom. As you can see right there, I got the scale on the floor. I'm going to go ahead and tap on that. Oops, get it going here. There, it's going. And then I'm going to go ahead and stand on it right there, and we'll look down. What's that say? Tell you what, let me do this with the lights off, so that we're not getting that glare from up above, so you can see what this says. $287.8 is where it stopped at. I can actually get off the scale now and it'll lock in on that so you can see that. So you're talking about a 50-pound weight loss there. It actually fluctuates a little bit because I think the lowest I seen it was like 281 the other day. So, of course you eat and then what have you. But this is how I'm looking now. As you can see, I'm doing the same thing like I did in the other video. I'm showing you the reflection in the mirror well, I guess you can kind of compare that to that last scene. I don't know. I think I kind of look the same. I don't know. But, yeah, but I feel a lot better. My knees feel a lot better. Tell you what, let me stop this here and we'll go back to the office. All right, I'm back. So, yeah, so that was the results right there. You've seen it for yourself. I'm pretty happy with that. If I could go down like 100 pounds, I'd really be happy. I'm halfway there, I guess. I have been trying to eat a little better. And another change I've kind of made to myself is, see, during the winter months, like I've always said, you don't really see me do as many videos because I actually do a different job. And what I'm actually doing is I work at Walmart in electronics over the winter time. And then I devote most of my PC repair time to helping customers in the area, older folks and what have you. So I don't really plan on too many builds until like the springtime. And when I switch jobs and go back to my other job in the summertime, where I have tons of time to screw around and do my fishing and stuff. But anyways, yeah, that's kind of the results. That's where I'm at with the Ozempic. But the one thing that I really like is that my blood sugars have went down. I mean, my last A1C was 5.7. And for quite a while there, I mean, there was a couple times where my A1C was like 9. I was just kind of not watching myself. But ever since I have been on the Ozempic, My A1C, every checkup I've been to has just been perfect. And I do still eat candy every once in a while, and it's I don't get cravings for it, say, but hey, I like chocolate, right? I love jelly beans. I mean, what do you call them? The gourmet ones, Jelly Bellies. Yeah, I can't resist them. Cherries, I am also addicted to cherries, and I still do eat those things, just not in the quantities that I did before, and I don't get the compulsion to eat them. But I do. That's the nice thing about it. I do still enjoy that, and the nice thing about being, a type 2 diabetic, where you're supposed to avoid those sugars, with the Ozempic keeping it under control, I can kind of cheat a little bit. Really shouldn't. I'd probably be down a lot more weight if I didn't do that. But I do get a lot of exercise. Back to what I was saying, I work at Walmart through the winter time, and that's because I can walk around, and you see me with my watch sometimes, and that's actually so I can count my steps. I try to shoot for a goal of at least 10,000 steps a day. If I can get 20,000 in, I'm really happy with that. On slow days, I'll get, I think, about 13,000 average. But yeah, I've been hitting about the 20,000 steps a day mark, and that's really good for my knees. I have bad knees, actually. I have a hard time bending, and I still have a hard time bending, and that's actually from packing houses. Believe it or not, I used to work in packing houses back in the day, and I was lugging, and I always thought back then that it'd be my back that went out, picking up those sides of beef and stuff. But nope, nope, it was the knees that blew out, and I actually need to have some new knees one of these days. But so bending at the knees is kind of difficult. So that, of course, always made exercise a little difficult. And then other shit that comes up in your life, stresses and depression and shit like that, kind of the weight will come on. But a lot of that I have gotten over, and kind of consumed my time staying busier with things. And one of those is of course the computers, and some of them is like model stuff, and uh, generally just kind of putting myself out there and helping the public is something I like to do too. That's why I do a lot of free and cheap computer work for some of the elderly folks around the area here. There's a lot of small towns in the area here that I'll go visit and help these guys out, because when you work, like, say, for Walmart or whatever, and they come in and they've got issues, as an employee, you can't, say, yeah, I can fix that for you or whatever, and blah, 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 and you can't do that. That's just against policy. But as a individual with a different job who does it uh, outside of work hours on my days off, that's a little different. So that's where I get a lot of them that come to me. And I get filled up really, really quick with fixing stuff. Like this weekend here, I had another laptop to do, two more laptops to do, I guess, and then another PC to work on, fix up for somebody, and then I gotta go set one up. Then I gotta set up a couple cell phones, stuff like that. I try to stay busy like that, but then I still like to stay active, and I think that's the key to it all: is stay active. But anyways, I think I've babbled enough about myself, and really kind of about the Ozempic. Now, the stuff is kind of expensive. A lot of insurances will not cover it. Now, mine does. Uh, my wife, she works at Walmart as well. She's been there for years, so we actually have insurance through them, and they actually have a really, really good program there, where it cost me about $88 a month for the Ozempic. So that's pretty affordable for me. I don't know if others are able to get it for that either, but if you're a type 2 diabetic, it might be something worth looking into if you do have the insurance. If you don't have the insurance, I don't know what to say. I guess the only thing that kind of pisses me off about Ozempic is there's always kind of a shortage of it, because a lot of people want to use it for weight loss. And if you look at what these companies are saying, they're saying you really shouldn't use it for weight loss. It should really be just for diabetics. I mean, one of the side effects of it is, yes, you can lose weight, and I showed that. Yes, I did drop the pounds, but essentially, uh, the main benefit that I'm getting out of it is keeping my blood sugars low and keeping me healthier. But all right, that's going to be it for my rant here, guys. Like I said, I do have another build coming up. I'm slowly working at that one. The thing about that is the kid's just making payments to me, and we're going to work it out to when I get enough from him, then I'll start collecting more parts. I got some of the parts lined up for him. That'll be out when it's out. Actually, I got a couple kids builds here that I'm working on here in the future, aside from other, like I said, side projects with the community. So I'll see you guys again. Hopefully it'll be in another build. I will talk to you later. Everybody have a great night, and bye-bye.